back here again. So before he leaves, our director Michael, the director of Dynamic Power, Michael Nilanti mentioned that he has some things he looks out for when choosing a soloist and all that. Now we've been able to have the successful program, and we just want to get his thoughts and feedback on how everything went. So, Director Michael Lanti, you're welcome. We also have over here the soloist Emanuela. Yeah, so we're just going to get. So first of all, before we even watch the video, what are your thoughts on the whole output of the administration or the solo?
So for me, it was administration not to everyone but for myself personally, and I was listening back to it after the program. I realized that it came out the way I had hoped to bring it out, the expression I wanted, and because of that, I'm glad with the output. Yes.
Yeah, I think she was able to execute exactly what I wanted. It wasn't bad. A 98 is fair, I must say.
Wow, okay. So let's go to the technical depth. You mentioned some things about, if I remember correctly, timbre, painting, and all that.
Okay, so those are technical. Music is communication, and then I just needed her to engage the audience the more. I mean, I know accuracy is good, but not to the exclusion of expression. So once she was able to express it very well, I think that she engaged the audience very well. I think that's what I expected, and she did that too. Forget about timbre and all those things. She had it all on point.
All right, so I guess we'll just go to the video and just, as you're watching, you can pause and just give your feedback on certain portions and hear. Just before you proceeded to stand behind the microphone, how was the feeling like on that day?
So I was a bit nervous at first. I was thinking about not trying not to make a mistake actually. But then after standing there for a while, I managed to gain my composure and I said a little prayer before I started.
Okay, that's great.
That after the first 3 or 4 notes of the music, if you're on point, you'd know and build confidence from that side. So I think she experienced that. I think the first few notes were spot on. So she carried on.
There's a part where, I mean, people have commented about the orchestration and the keyboard, sorry, accompaniment and accompanies and how it flowed. How was the feeling like trying to blend the voice as a director, hearing the voice, I mean, the soloist singing and also the.
So, they played what was scored, I mean, the main harmony. But for the other parts, the orchestrated parts, we had to think through. You know, we wanted something very melancholic, so we employed the use of the flute, the orchestral flute, and more strings in some parts against the piano. I think it gave us that kind of feeling that we wanted. It set a very good tone for her to also start. So yeah.
So was it a scored thing or was it just came out of their minds? They just played something that suited them.
So this thing comes with time. So I tasked them to come up with their own orchestral parts, like the different parts that they want to play. Then I just go through and edit. Then we all go through together and then we take some out. So it's a process. It's not just a one-time thing. We do it for a while. So we fine-tune it to what I really want. So I almost have an idea what I want to hear. And so if it's not really falling in line, we tweak it till we get there.
If anyone needs a score, are they able to get it?
Yeah, sure, for a fee.
Alright, that's right. Yeah. But we understand the soloist set the right tone for the music, but how the chorus came in, how was it for you to complement the entry and all that?
I was blown away. See, I had rehearsed with them a number of times. I was expecting, an entry, but I wasn't expecting anything divine as this. It was really dope. Sometimes conducting is fun when the guys are doing what you want and what. They go beyond the expectations. So it's so on point. What were you envisaging? Because your eyes were closed like 18 seconds.
So with the closing of eyes, I feel like it helps me get more into the song because, like I said, it was very personal for me. I had to sit with the song a number of times. So especially when I go to this particular point, I felt it on a very personal level about being honest. So in a way, I was praying myself. So I think that's the reason why my eyes were closed. Yes.
I see. Next time.
I mean, sustain that long breath, or just.
So I had to learn something called an appoggio.
Sure.
I think I mean
Is it right? Appoggio.
apogeo.
Yes. So that helped a lot with like trying to keep the long note. I had to practice a lot.
How different did this part sound? So this was my experiment. How did it sound?
So for me, the beginning part, how I put it was that the person praying was on their own.
Sure.
But after the choir comes in and then they mention how God is good and all those nice appellations about God, it's like now the person is praying with a certain confidence that God is good, and that even though I'm begging for something, now I have a certain newly found hope in me. So it's more, instead of being as melancholic as it was the first time, this time we are singing with more joy than previous. So that was the difference.
During rehearsal or something, you mentioned that we are supposed to use something called words, and was it did that was that
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you feel it here. You'd realize at this point, even change the whole orchestration. Became a little livelier, like she's saying. So you'd have to pay attention when you're listening. The first point and then the second point. Very sharp contrast.
I think it's just right for us to acknowledge the composer of this track and who composed this track once again.
Sam Asare-Bediako. Yeah, one of the top guys in the choral fraternity. He's one of the erudites. He's really good, really tops. He's one of my favorites. I think I have 3 tops. He's one of them. I can't name the other ones now. Obvious reasons, but he's one of them. Sam Asare-Bediako.
Of the track and all that, what would you do differently? I mean, if you are given this same piece and you're supposed to minister as a director, what would you do differently? And also as a soloist, if you are given this opportunity, what do you think you're going to do differently?
I might just prefer a larger audience. Maybe I'll just change the uniform. Not that this one is bad, but we've rocked it already. So I think that the song is almost flawless. From my point of view, I think it's almost flawless. I just hope the composer says same about what he penned down. I'm just hoping so, but it seems flawless to me. What do you think?
Same. I think I couldn't have done it, and I don't think I would do it any differently, because it is the way I performed it was the way the music spoke to me, and I believe it couldn't have been done any other way.
The Christians will beat you. They'll say you ministered it.
Sorry,
Anyways,
I ministered it.
it's the same thing.
Nama
ministered. And we hope to probably come your way with a lot more reviews. Now the thing is, if you want to look out, if you want to get more of this, just click on the subscribe button, just follow the link, and we're going to drop the link to the original song which you just watched, so that you can just view. We have the Apple Music and the Audiomack links as well, so you can just listen at your own time and just be ministered to.